Where my focus goes, my energy flows. Is that the right way? Is that how you say it?
Unhappy, negative people only want to be around unhappy, negative people.
Hey, Craig.
Let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Hi.
Welcome to Vaccine Talk.
You got some sound effects over there, guy?
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
I like that one. You haven't been going heavy on the sound effects.
I didn't want to. I listened to it. So I like to listen to the episodes just to improve, right? It's like listening to the tape. And that first one where I first had the thing, I was very excited with this soundboard.
You hit that, those buttons. I was dying laughing.
Little overboard. It sounded like the morning show.
I had recently one of our sales agents has hit me up multiple times, and he was having a little bit of trouble the other month, and he was one of our highest producers, went down to struggling with sales. But usually this happens with sales producers because they're doing so many quotes a day, and realistically they start giving half the presentation, not connecting into all that other stuff. I mean, it's usually little tweaks that get them back on board.
Yeah.
Which was the case for him. And they don't really realize it all the time in those circumstances because they didn't realize, like, it's almost like, well, I'm a good salesperson. I sell a lot. And they don't realize, like, hey, you sounded a lot different back when you were selling a lot. So that was one thing. But then he started saying stuff about the leads. Well, it's the leads. Well, it's the telemarketers. Switch out the telemarketers. Switch out the leads. I want to join the other team. I want to do this. And it's like this constant, like, looking for all these other areas. And when you look at the number, there's less quotes, there's less activity.
Right.
And then when you listen to the quotes, there's less enthusiasm, there's less connecting factors. And it's like, in order to pull him out of that and get him back to where he was, he needs to see what's really going on. And shift focus from all these other things back to himself and to concentrate on what he does control. If I can get his mind back to what he can control and just focus on that, he will be fine.
Right.
But there's that 2 week tail, 2 to 3 week tail.
Yes.
So
that's the tough part, right?
Weeks, yep. Because he'll do it for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But then it's not working.
It's such an interesting point. Right. It's so interesting to see that because if left attended, it slips into chaos. Right. And it doesn't slip into chaos tomorrow. It's months. Right. Just slowly changing some things, just slowly over time. For me, it'd be like if I went and drank one beer today. In 3 months, it would be 30 beers. Right. But it'd be a slow. And then it'd be like, well, everything went to shit, but why? It's all the other stuff, not the beer. And it's very interesting. That's how everything works. It slowly gets to a certain place, and then it's, let me figure out all the other things except for the thing that's actually causing it. And he just got away from his fundies. The fundies.
Yep.
Got to do the fundies.
And I'm going to turn this into a debatable, semi-political.
Oh, no.
Definitely controversial topic.
Oh boy.
I will say we have to control our thoughts and we have to control our mind. Honestly, what we listen to. Now, there's a lot of craziness going on in this world right now.
Is there?
Right? Exactly.
I hadn't noticed.
I have friends that heavily listen to either news, social media, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't say that. I think we can all agree that nothing's 100% accurate. Things are skewed. It doesn't matter which side you believe what on.
Sure.
But I will say this. It's a lot of negativity. And if that's where your mind is focusing, it's going to carry over into everything else you do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the sales process, right? Or us as agency owners. If whatever we focus on, we manifest around us. So it's really important for a salesperson, keep the energy positive, for us to keep helping them like keep their mind on the things that they control. Same with the agency owner. Keep your eyes on the prize. Focus on what you can control.
Yeah.
Keep your focus on tomorrow, not yesterday.
Yeah.
Because yesterday can bring you down. And it's just like, I just encourage everybody with all the negativity going on in the world, dude, don't focus on it, because I guarantee you it's going to make everything else worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. An interesting point. There's a lot to unpackage there. First, with the team, it's so important to stay positive because they watch everything. They look up to us, regardless of whether you look up or think that you are somebody that is looked up to, which I struggle with a long time, with that they actually look up and listen to the things that I say, because it didn't seem like they were listening to the things I said, but they do, right? And they look to you for that direction. So if they're not getting results, I know that it's on me, right? I've created a situation that facilitated them not getting good results. It's not that they're all lazy and they're not doing anything. Maybe the activity or behavior that's occurring right now seems that way, but guess who let it get that way? It's like your guy didn't all of a sudden, I'm not pointing any finger. I'm just saying your guy didn't all of a sudden suck. It happened over time, right? And nobody noticed, right? Nobody noticed that it was kind of slipping and, right?
Right. And it's not even that he sucks. It's that,
well, I don't.
He's still doing great, but he's not doing.
He's not rock star level, right?
Yeah, he's a 60,000 a month.
He's the unicorn.
And he's doing 30,000.
Right.
And he's so down on himself about it.
Right. He's the unicorn.
Yeah. I hate to see him like that, because I hate to see anybody like that, because then they go from, they're sad. They're not as happy. And like when they're firing on all cylinders, they sound great. They're happy. Blah, like it's so magnetizing.
Right. When that team is in a bad, and maybe it's the whole team. Let's say the whole team gets in a bad place. The last thing that's going to create a better situation is to come in and lose it, right? And you guys, come on, we really got to, you got to pump them up. And it may be starting with the fundies again, like going through, just practicing rapport, and being patient. And I think this is where being around, this ties back to what you were saying, being around the right people, having the right influences in your life that keep you elevated and positive, right? You got to be around the right people, because I know I won't point anybody out. I know people that do watch a ton of news, and every time I talk to them on the phone, I think, I don't even want to talk to this person, because this is somebody I love, right? But it's the worst. They're like, oh, you really got to be careful. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, I just am going to live my life is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to hurt anybody, blah, blah, blah. But I don't need to hear it, or did you see what this person did or this? And it's like, no, I don't care, because I can't affect that, and I'm not going to, and I'm not going to buy in and do all these things, because it doesn't matter. What I need to focus, where my focus goes, my energy flows. Is that the right way? Is that how you say it?
Dude, and that's the thing. And you got to be honest. You have to be honest. Like, whatever you're around, you eventually kind of become like. I mean, it happens. I see it all the time. Dude, my wife loves watching The Real Housewives. And if she watches that every day and I start watching it, because it can get like, whatever. But I can just tell I feel icky. Like I feel icky and kind of angry. Like, oh yeah, it's
without
whatever.
Getting too conspiracy theory. It seems like a lot of the stuff is geared towards that kind of controversy and creating negativity. I don't know if that's the desired outcome, but it's what sells, right? It's what gets people's eyes glued to it's like it's the train crash, right? Or you're gonna stop and look because you can't take your eyes off it, and that's what this TV content is. And it's like that certainly doesn't do me any good to watch it. It's a waste of time, and it just puts me in a shitty spot.
And going back to that, minus conspiracies, the bottom line is this. Yeah. Unhappy, negative people only want to be around unhappy, negative people. And I'll tell you one thing, successful, awesome people only want to be around successful, awesome people. That means let's say you have the successful, awesome person over here. They want to be around those kind of people. You have the unhappy, horrible person over here. They only want to be around unhappy, horrible people because it justifies their feelings. So bottom line, both parties want to be around people like them. Who are you going to act like? Because you're going to attract those people around you. Guaranteed.
This is why I've sort of pulled back a lot from social media because has all that negativity.
Yeah.
I go and check Messenger, get out, or go into the group like Elite Dudes, but I'm not really all over the place. I used to be, but it's just negative. Like you're going through the feed.
Yeah.
The machine, the analytics machine knows what to give you. It's going to give you the thing that you already think because that'll keep you on there. So it does the opposite of what everybody should be doing, which is thinking for themselves and coming up with ideas. Instead, it reinforces whatever way of thinking you have, which just is, right? Your blinders.
Yep.
You have blinders on. And so, like, I try to avoid it. I can't because of business, right? We have to be in there a little bit, but it's definitely limited to, and plus there's no time, right?
So know this, your salespeople, they need positive, awesome people around them. You can control your work environment. You can control yourself, and the fish rots from the head. So that means from the agent, right? Yeah. That means we got to keep our heads straight, and we got to have a great attitude. So we just have to keep ourselves in check, help keep our team in check. And it's the right thing to do because we care about everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
got to be around successful, positive people. That's why I love the Elite Dudes group.
Yep. 100%.
And we've booted people, right? If somebody's negative, they're saying stuff, we take them to the side and say, dude, you got to turn it around or you're not going to be here because it's just not okay.
Right.
And it is what it is. So be positive, and hopefully we have a positive impact on you.
Be positive and see you later.
Be good.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.